I've been having a lovely time just sitting here with my tea, enjoying the mountain view. I'm kind of excited about that time lapse. I think it's going to be amazing. Although I'm a little annoyed, I just switched to a 64 gigabyte card yesterday, and the time lapse was 30 minutes, and it filled the card, but the thing is, a 64 gigabyte card should have had more like 4 hours on it. So either I didn't format the card, which I thought I formatted all the cards before I left home. You always want to format the memory card, because otherwise there might be weird, mysterious files clogging it up somehow, or else I left my camera filming for a long, long time and didn't realize it. I don't know which it was. I did bring more memory cards than I thought I needed, so I think I should be fine, but I've already filled, let's see, that'll be 2 64s and a 16, and that's just with my main camera. I think I'm getting close to filling my first 64 on my GoPro. My GoPro is usually what I use for time lapses, but when I want to get like a zoom time lapse like that one, then I need to use my main camera, my Olympus Pen EPL9. There's so much to think about when you travel, because obviously I'm thinking about the videos and the vlogs I'm going to make later and the photos I want to get and anything I want to get for an Instagram story. So I have to make sure I have enough batteries and enough memory cards and that everything's charged. I was thinking about doing live Instagram story updates and maybe like, you know, live social media posts while we were here. But then I realized that would so not be worth it, because it's hectic enough just keeping track of everything and getting video clips and things, photos for later. But then to try to post it when there's been such sporadic Wi-Fi, I like to try to, like, you know, type up captions and make it cute. Like, I think that's really fun, but it definitely takes time, and that would take time away from my trip. I don't know how people do it who like post while they're, you know, traveling, because I definitely don't have the stamina for that. Although of course they're probably professionals, whereas this is just my hobby, and you know, I'm on vacation. I saved up money to come here. No one's giving me anything for free, so it's like, of course I want to really enjoy it and get some fun things to do later. Especially with the photos and videos, I'm always thinking about what my sort of future self will want, like what my future editing self, what kind of footage she'll need. So I'm constantly trying to, you know, pick up the camera and make sure I get whatever fun shot, a fun time lapse of whatever beautiful view is passing by. I think I sometimes expect that I'll be able to sort of produce my own passport to Europe, and it's like I don't have a production crew or a budget. It's just me on vacation with my camera, occasionally begging my brothers to film something for me, or setting something up on a tripod like it is right now. But it is really fun. It's like you get to go on the trip twice. Once when you're here in person, and then when you're back home, you can make yourself a cup of tea, sit in front of your computer, and put together a beautiful video. I think it's really fun to put all the music together with the footage, and sometimes speed it up, sometimes slow it down, and it's like you create something brand new. When I buy a train ticket or something, it's like I'm buying the footage and photos and videos I'm going to get almost as much as I'm buying the transportation from one place to another. Although, obviously, you want to enjoy the actual experience too. You don't want to get so swept away that you don't see it with your own eyes, that you only see it through kind of the lens of the camera. It's all about finding the right balance. See, when you're filming with the camera, you know roughly what view you want to capture, but when you're just looking and your camera is away, then often you discover something new. Although sometimes while I'm filming I'll realize or notice something that I wouldn't have noticed otherwise, so I guess it can go both ways. I had a friend once who liked to take pictures, but she was saying that like pictures can never capture the whole scenery, which is of course true, but I guess I never thought of it that way, because when I'm taking pictures I'm not trying to capture everything. I'm seeing sort of the photo or seeing the video shot that I want within the scene all around me, and that's what I'm trying to capture. So it's like I'm not thinking of it as a sort of complete experience. It's just one snapshot, one side of the experience. And of course the photos and videos aren't the only thing to keep track of. It's like you're also in Europe, you're in big cities. It's like, where is my passport? What are my surroundings like? Like, I'm inclined to be a worrier anyway, so I'm like always worried about losing something, getting pickpocketed. We're traveling as a pretty big group, so luckily I think we're less of a target because there are so many of us. And of course you're trying to figure out where you are. When we go to Disney World, we've been so many times, you know exactly where we're going, whereas when you're here, it's like, which street am I on? Am I turned around? Of course, you don't have Wi-Fi. We did not do any like kind of data plan for abroad because I think those are kind of expensive. So we just have tried to look up directions beforehand. My Google Maps app has been pretty good actually. If I load it when I'm on Wi-Fi, then even when I'm off Wi-Fi, it usually will show me where I am and show me the surrounding streets, which is really nice. And of course you also have the travel stress, making sure you're catching the right trains, you're on time for the trains, you're finding the right seat. I'm not entirely sure I'm over my jet lag. I'm always tired at the end of the day, but then I lay awake for a long time. It's like my brain won't go to sleep because it doesn't know what time it is. And then I think I'm gonna sleep in, but I wake up at like 7, which is just as well because there's plenty of things to do. I wonder what the sunrise is gonna be like tomorrow. We should probably go out and find it. A couple of my brothers have come down with some kind of sickness. I don't know what it was, but you're always in danger of catching a bug when you're tired and moving and not always getting enough water. I do feel like there are so many more water fountains in the US. It's really nice. Like, especially with like sustainability, you often find one where like it's easy to refill your water bottle, but here, like in Geneva, obviously we found like the public sort of where maybe they were originally built for horses because it's difficult to drink out of them, but those I guess are public water fountains. I kind of have not been feeling very well. I felt like I was still on the train for a while after we were off the train. These vlogs are like my scrapbook, so obviously when you scrapbook, you're highlighting the most fun and most beautiful parts of the trip, so I'm sure these vlogs will be full of beautiful views of the Alps and all the beautiful patisseries and pastry shops and bakeries and all the lovely monuments and city streets, but of course there have also been lots of stressful times. Today on the train, I was just so tired, I burst out crying for no reason. Like, I wasn't upset or anything, I was just so sort of tired. I feel like in the middle of the day, this sort of wave of fatigue hits me, and then eventually I get over it. Today we had some nice coffee at the Cafe Bello. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, on the train, I just had kind of had it. I was so tired. That's why the second part of our trip should be so lovely. We are not going to be in the big cities. We don't have a huge itinerary of like museums and sites we want to see. We are going to go biking in Lauterbrunnen, which should be lovely. And we're going to go to Zermatt for one night, which will be really fun. So there will be some more travel, but here's Porthos. I've just been talking to the Bookish Kingdom, telling them about our trip, how in the vlogs it's going to look so beautiful, but obviously in person there were plenty of stressful moments because Europe is kind of stressful and overwhelming. In addition to being beautiful and stunning, it can also be overwhelming and just, you hit the wall sometimes. I hit the wall on the train.
There's simply an inevitability of any journey.
You guys didn't know my brother was British, did you?
No, I suppose they have not had enough contact with me to be aware of that.
I feel like your accent is evolving. Do Russian now.
So? I am afraid I cannot speak Russian. It is to my great chagrin. Despite my having partaken of so many of their great authors, I cannot read it in the original.
Look, look at you in this window. I like how there's a indoor window and the outdoor window. There's so many beautiful windows here. I think I'm going to bring William Tell. Porthos, are you going to come read Nietzsche out here? Maybe I'll get another cup of tea. Ah, this is quite a window, isn't it? Look at those clouds. You know that memory card mystery? I figured it out. I thought the memory card was full, but actually it was counting down. I guess this camera can only film 29-minute increments, so it was counting down to that. It wasn't actually counting down to the fill. So I'm going to finish out this memory card first and hope that my files aren't too confused when I eventually put them on my computer. Do you guys hear all the clip-clopping of horses? Isn't it so fun? My mom was saying it's like we're in another century because they're just going by.